Why you want to be here today?
Figuring I can help, hoping I can help anyone else out there who's dealing with any mental health problems by just, like you said earlier, by being vulnerable. But to me, I look at it by being brave and stepping up.
When did you check the temperature of yourself? When did you realize, you know what? I might have some mental health issues that I have to work through.
Oh, I realized that at a very young age.
When would you say they started? 13, 14?
Young, yeah, as a kid, around 10. Feeling like you, when I was told that I couldn't have what I wanted, what I dreamed of, and what I desired, and that was to rap. I was willing to die for it.
So many people, they don't know how to classify it. Mental health can play itself out, as you know better than I, as physical pain. It can play itself out as body aches. The world hasn't properly responded to mental health. So what was the moment that you realized, oh no, this is a mental health issue?
Once my thoughts got radical and got, to where you got to stop yourself and stop impulsing and say, what did you just think again? Or even if you cried yourself to sleep with that thought on your mind and wake up the next day and be like, I cannot believe I was thinking like that.
Thoughts like what?
Thoughts like killing yourself.
You thought about killing yourself?
When I was 12 years old, school year was kind of ending. So what the school was doing was they was giving us half days on a Thursday and a Friday. It may have been a Wednesday as well, but what I would do was just tell my mom that I only had a half a day on one of those days. So therefore I stayed out the rest of the whole day, just like it was a full day. She found out. And so when I got home, on that thing, it was that Friday, whatever, I got home, got a phone call from my aunt. It was like, she found out, boy, you about to get your ass kicked. All that rapping and all that, she about to take that rap folder, she about to throw that shit away, and I was like, wow, so all that had built up to me. So that was a build up. Hung up the phone, thoughts everywhere, thoughts everywhere. Main thought was, I'm gonna show you.
What were you gonna show her?
So I picked up the phone, I called the police. Yes, I knew where she kept her gun. And it was in her bedroom. And so I went in her bedroom, grabbed the gun. I already made the phone call. Looked in the mirror, did like that. Of course, it was like, oh, cause I got a little too scared. That was my head, like, no. But then I said, fuck it. Start thinking again, had to get myself mad and notice that I didn't have to. That's what scared me. How I know I had mental health problems was I pulled the trigger.
You actually pulled the trigger?
Yeah, I pulled the trigger.
Where'd you shoot?
In my chest. Didn't feel the thing from my heart, and didn't feel the thing though. So I wasn't going through any pain. It was a shock. I woke up to the police knocking, and that's what woke me up. Mind you, the walls, the ceilings and the walls were white like this. So when I'm on my back, when you're looking up, my eyes probably were open the whole time. I didn't know, I probably had to click. As a kid, all you remember is you see when you die, you're gonna see the white and you're going to have, well, I thought that was the white, the last, swear to God I did. And so then that's when with that knocking woke me up out of that. The knocking, they kept up, but then they stopped. And once they stopped knocking, I said, okay, they must have left. It took too long. It took too long for it, meaning death. It took too long. So I was still just laying there. I didn't feel a thing. I said, shit, I said, I'm here for a reason. Had on like my little school shirt, so therefore it was cotton and we had wood floors. So I'm saying that to say, because of the blood was pouring out of my chest so much, that it made it easy for me to slide with my shirt in the wood across the floor. I made it all the way there. Only energy I had left was to kick the door. And I start hearing them go crazy, like someone's in there. So when they start knocking the door though, I'm right under the door. I'm like, well, shit, they gonna kill me with the door. And so when they knocked the door, that's when I found out, my first time found out what off the hinges or hinges is, because they knocked it off the hinges. And so boom, and they picked it up. They saw me, they as in the cops, they saw me just jump clean over me and went through the house talking about, I found the drugs, I found the gun, I found it. And so I'm doing all that. And so it took a guy named Uncle Bob. And he ran up there. When he got to the top of the steps and saw me there, he refused to even step over me. One of them yelled like, I got the drugs. And that's when he went crazy. He was like, I don't give a fuck about no drugs. He's like, do you not see the baby on the ground? And funny that I was spitting all in his face, blood, everything. All I was trying to tell him, I'm not a baby. Because he kept, do you not see the fucking baby on the ground with this hole in his chest? He was screaming at him, and it was like, I guess I didn't know he was, so he must have been the sheriff, boss, because they all came out the other rooms like, oh, sorry, boss, we called the ambulance. Or he's like, I don't give a fuck, do you, like, so he called like one of them names, last name. Your car now. Pick me up, bought me, and just kept telling me some shit like, you're not gonna die on me, you're not gonna die on me the whole time. The whole time, I am trying to tell him I'm not a baby. That's what I told him for 30 minutes straight. And so he got me to the hospital. He brought me there. He never even checked it. He just left me, made sure I was good. I met him years later, but he was like, I just wanted to say, I'm happy to see that I saved a life that mattered.
What would you say kept you alive that day, in that moment?
God, plain and simple, plain and simple.
Break this down for me, because I've never and I couldn't walk a step, let alone a mile in your shoes. Why did you feel the need to be so extreme? For those that are battling mental health issues, it appears that you trying to take your life was really just a cry for help. Mm-hmm. Could you not use your words? Were you tired of using your words? Were your words not going to get the point across?
Words weren't even be able to be said or able to be spoken. You don't, my mom, the way she was then, you don't speak in that, lady. You don't speak about, you don't tell how your opinion. What? I wish. I'm from one of them families where, your mama kick your ass and straight up, and you don't talk back, and you feel what I feel, and none of that didn't go. Yeah, and also I had no father. My father wasn't around, so my mom definitely felt that she had to wear the pants, and she had to be the dad and the mom, so she was a little extra on everything. She had to, just to make sure she got up on the cross and make sure I ain't try to run over her. And so, again, words, that was, again, the loneliness. So when you have no one to vent to, no one to get this out to, you can't bring it to your friends at school. You're still trying to be cool to them. You're not trying to let them know that I got something going on at home. So what I never said was, so the mom that I knew before that day on my life and everyone's life in here have never met or seen or heard that lady again in my life. So I didn't die that day, but somebody was gone from, she's never been that way. So as far as the parents out there, obviously that was an eye-opener for her. And what she decided to do was, I'll let my flower grow.
Got you. So that incident changed
everything. Changed life for her, I, and our whole family.
Hey, men's mental health is not a game at all. Like, out of all the things that men struggle with today in society, like that long list of shit that we've discussed here plenty of times, men's mental health seems to be the biggest issue that men struggle with today. And it's serious, and as serious as it doesn't seem to get the attention that it deserves, that it requires. We know a long list of things that seem to be attributed to, men struggle with mental health. Right? And that's the reason why I wanted to show the Wayne video of him struggling with mental health, because someone as successful as him, shouldn't really have a care or concern in the world. He tried to take his own life. And imagine that a lot of people can relate to his situation, man. And like the main issue or concern to me is that there's a severe lack of outlets for men to get their shit out. To get whatever they're struggling with out, for whatever the reasons are. And there's a long list of reasons for that too, but we gotta take it upon ourselves to fix that, regardless if you feel like less of a man because you're struggling with it, you don't have outlets, you feel like society doesn't care, you feel like you're gonna be judged. You know what I'm saying? We gotta dead that, because it's real, man. We know the list of things. Men commit the most suicides. Men are the most homeless. Men are killed the most, homicides, work-related deaths. Our lives are literally flipped upside down by the courts, whether it's legal court, family court, divorce court. All those things are definitely going to have a substantial effect on one's mental health. And if you don't take care of that, then you literally can't do anything. Like, if this ain't right, you can't do nothing. Literally, you can't do anything. If your foundation is fucked up, then you can't expect to get anything accomplished from jump. And men are in such a low spot right now that we have to do something to, jumpstart this shit to get us back where we need to be. And we need to take it upon ourselves to focus more attention on the fact that men are struggling so much with mental health. I had no idea that it was as much of an issue as it was until I started doing this YouTube shit, right? Where, I've become an outlet for a lot of y'all to confide in, to share your stories with me. You know what I'm saying? Just to have back and forth, just to have somebody listen to it. It seems to work wonders for a lot. You all have told me that. You know what I mean? From the ones that are struggling, just needing someone to talk to, needing some advice. Even those are suicidal. You know what I mean? And you got to get that shit out of you in some way. I know that's a difficult task to do, but we got to do something. You know what I mean? The men have to take it upon ourselves to do something, bro, because society is not going to take care of it for us. So the society doesn't believe that the men can ever be a victim, right? We know this. Right? That's why I'm so happy about this whole Johnny Depp shit, because it is highlighting the crazy-ass double standard that exists where men are never the victim, and clearly this motherfucker's a victim. And with that being said, men are definitely victims in so many fucking things. And men get beat down the most from their struggle with mental health. So what are we gonna do about it, man? What are we gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, here to bring awareness to it, talk about it, chop it up. I would like my platform to be a safe space for those struggling with whatever. And then, I know the efficiency or logistics of it can seem difficult to reach out to me at times, but for those of y'all who have chopped it up with me about things, that I'm available to y'all. And I want those to know that I'm available to whomever needs it. You know what I mean? However that exists, however that presents itself, I'm here, whether you reach me out on IG, YouTube, Patreon, whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. This masculinity shit is real, bro. You know what I mean? I'm a men's rights advocate, and we need help in so many fucking ways that people don't seem to be caring about. I said I was gonna make much more effort to focus on the things that men need to hear, need to say, need to read. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do it. We're gonna start doing a whole lot more, whether it be mental health, finances, fitness, women, whatever the fuck, dog. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be that. You know what I mean? And we definitely got to start off with being more conscious of our mental health and make sure we're on top of it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't weak to be concerned about it. It ain't weak to talk to nobody. What's weak is just sitting in it and not doing anything and let that shit overwhelm you, where you may potentially take your life because you wasn't comfortable getting that out. You know what I'm saying? That's weak. It ain't weak to get ahead of it. It's emotionally intelligent to get ahead of it. That's what we need to be doing. You know what I mean? But anyway, just want to let y'all know that I'm here. I know there's countless others that are here to bring attention to this, right? Anyway, man, I'm out.